Hey guys, it's Adam here, DirectionTrader.com. Let's make a video here on our pre-market routine, what we go through with each chart to get them set up for our trading day. I'm only going to do one of these markets. Actually, I'm just going to do the dollar, but this same rule applies to all the charts, to our dollar charts, our crude charts, our gold charts, our Russell charts, our Euro and our ES charts. So let's take the dollar. This is our dollar charts. You got the 75. Let's say the 75, 30, 20, 10, and 4 range bars. Let's just take our longest time frame. It's our 180-day chart. Zoom all the way out, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of all of these drawings. We're going to start fresh every day, or you can do them Sunday night or the night before, whatever you prefer. I like to do them the morning of. Keeps them fresh in my mind. And a lot of times these are already going to be drawn for me. They're going to be carried over from the previous day's charts. But alright, basically I'm going to find a low and I'm going to start drawing lines and see if I can create wedges, channels, anything to give me a mindset of what the market's doing, what's going on, price levels I need to wait for, and so on and so forth. So let's take some trend lines. I see the low from the past data. Let's just start here. We'll take a line from the low and then find our next low, which is going to fall right here. Even though this is extremely long-term, far out, we're going to put it on there and it'll be saved for the future. And then we can now realize, hey, there's nothing going to be even further out than this, so we can zoom in a little bit further. You can take the high and take it over. Now this may get broken and we may have to move this line within a day or two, but for now this is set. So now we're slowly creating a wedge here. You notice that you got the market going up, and then you obviously have this trend line coming down. Like if this keeps channeling up, this trend line is going to get moved. But for now, this is a huge long-term wedge. And then you come in and you dissect it a little more. This is our longest time frame. You draw this line here. Now that wedge is getting a little bit smaller. You might even be able to create a channel there. Let's see if we can right click, duplicate it, carry it right up here, and we have ourselves a nice little channel there. So now we have that. Now looky here, we have a very distinguished high that I can see here, and it also matches up with a high here. So I'm going to go over here, find myself a price level, click on it. My price level is a different color. It's a pink. So that's fine. You can make it anything you want. And now we have a price level. Now by drawing these lines, we're starting to see get a little bit of information on this market here. If this continues to roll down, we can see this dollar keep pulling back till at least this price level here that was tested before. And then we're also going to correlate this with our other markets. Say the dollar gets down here to this support, and then the crude oil, let's take for example, happens to be at some type of resistance at the same time. Now that is going to be the most optimal time for us to be shorting crude, because we're doing an inverse correlation between the dollar and the crude, the dollar and the gold, and so on and so forth. So if the dollar comes down to support while crude is at resistance, that means we're going to be shorting the crude, hoping for the dollar to bounce, since this has an inverse correlation. So now that we have these set up, this is our longest time frame. I'm not going to dig down any deeper. Make sure you go up here and the synchronized drawing, make sure it's clicked so your drawings will be transferred to your shorter time frames. So let's go to the next time frame down. This would be the 30-day 30 range, and then the exact same lines are getting synced up with all the other time frames. Now once you get inside here, we can start going and drawing smaller wedges and more channels depending upon what we see. Get rid of all this. Alright. So we can zoom way in, and obviously we can start to see different type of trend lines, different types of channels, and we will be trading these intraday. But we want to start with the longer time frames so we can see the overall feel of the market, and then we'll just keep working our way in. Obviously now we're getting into a shorter time frame. We're going to start drawing wedges like, trend lines like this, and I obviously just whatever pops to your eye. You can see lows here, lows here. Oh, sorry about that. Alright. That's a 4 range we're not drawing on there. There's a 10 and a 20. So yeah, you can go like this, and you're going to have support. And look what we just created. We created a nice wedge. This is very distinguished. You have a low, retested a low. Now this looks like it's going to chop its way back up here. So, using the inverse correlation, if I was to be trading crude right now, this to me looks like, alright, we have prices coming down, but it is making a base. You made a low, then you tested that low without breaking it, and now it's coming back up. Now this may just be a short-term pullback, and it's going to keep chopping its way up. And say it gets right up to this resistance, this trend line right here that's acting as resistance. Now if the crude oil or gold or one of the other markets happens to be at some type of support, that is the optimal time for us to be buying whatever that market is as this dollar will be rolling over. So you're going to learn a lot more about this in the trading room, show you exactly how we use it. I just wanted to show you how we're going to be setting up our trend lines, our channels, our price levels, this and that. And then you're going to learn a lot more details of how we're going to use the dollar correlation to help us enter and exit the market. But as far as setting up your charts, this is a good way to start. And then you click the little, and go back, sorry about that, click the little arrow to go back to all your charts, and you have them set up. So now we can zoom in on a 10 range. We can notice, hey, this might be breaking back down. But we're going to use this correlation in the trading room to trade the markets. But as far as your morning prep, just go through and do this. It takes maybe 2 or 3 minutes per market. It doesn't take long at all. So it's an easy way to get your charts set up. And then once you do it, make sure you go up here to grid, save flex grid, and you're going to go in here and save these. After every time you do anything to them, whether you're just deleting drawings or adding new drawings or starting fresh, go in and make sure you resave all your work so you have it next time you open up your charts. Alright, that's it for today. You got any questions, send me an email, adam@directiontrader.com, and I will return them. Other than that, I will see you in the trading room. Have a good day. Cheers.